Hi, I got my Orly color pass for summer 2024, and this time it's called Cloudscape. The extra is one of their breathable line called Sour Time to Shine, which I think might have been last summer's, I think it might have been part of last summer's like candy collection from their breathable line. But anyway, it's really fun, and I do not have it, and I don't have anything quite like it either. It also comes with these really cute stickers. An information card also came in the box, but I think my son wandered off with it, so I'm not sure where it is at the moment. But here's the box. It's pretty. It's got cloud background. And here's the colors. We have a nice rainbow. There is 5 creams and 1 shimmer. And I've been kind of thinking of this collection as like an almost neon collection. So to me, it does feel a little bit more spring than summer, but they're all still really pretty colors, and I don't have anything exactly like them yet. Well, until now. So let's get right into swatching. I'm starting with Sour Time to Shine, which is the extra in this box. And it's a pretty easy formula. It's a pretty typical Orly breathable, which is very much like their regular cream formulas to apply anyway. It's a bit streaky on the first coat, but it does even out on the second coat, and I got full opacity in 2 coats on this. So it's self-leveling, especially on the second coat, and it's a really fun yellow leaning chartreuse. I don't really have anything quite like it in my collection. And here it is in 2 coats. Moving on, we have Take Flight, which is a corally red. All of these I'm calling almost neon. Like none of them are neon, and none of these are reactive to black light, but they're still really bright and really fun. Take Flight was actually almost a 1 coater for me, but I think it just looks smoother and just a little bit better in 2 coats. And here is Take Flight in 2 coats. Next up, we have this orangey yellow leaning one. It's called New Horizons. And this was another easy 2 coater for me. It wasn't quite as opaque as Take Flight, but it was also almost a 1 coater. It self-levels really easily, especially in the second coat. And what I mean by self-leveling is you can see a little bit of streaks as you're applying it, but by the time it dries, those streaks have kind of dissipated. So here is New Horizons in 2 coats under a ring light. Next we have the shimmer of the collection. It's called Sunnyside Up. I'm trying really hard to get the shimmer to pick up on my camera, but it just won't. It's a really nice orange shimmer that contrasts quite well with the bright yellow base coat. So at the end of this section, I show it on a black swatch stick just so that you can see the orange shimmer. And like a lot of yellows, it is a bit more sheer, so it takes 3 coats. I almost did it in 2 coats because I normally wear ridge filler, which I don't wear ridge filler when I'm just swatching. So I think if I was doing a manicure how I normally would, I could probably get away with it in 2 coats instead of 3. It's also a very easy to work with formula like the other ones. And it's self-leveling. So here's Sunnyside Up in 3 coats. You can sort of see the shimmer in this picture. So I wouldn't actually wear it as a topper, I just wanted the shimmer to show up better. Now we're going to look at Field of Wonder, which is a light green. It's not quite a pastel, but it's also not quite a neon. So Field of Wonder was the only one that I really had any kind of trouble with the formula. It was a little bit streakier than the others, but by the time the second coat dried down, it was even and level. So I did not end up doing a 3rd coat. So here is Field of Wonder in 2 coats. Now we're looking at Stratophere, which is a very light lavender. It is not that like almost white kind of pale though. It's just I think it's a pretty normal pastel in my opinion. It does have nice opacity though for a pastel, and it's that same really easy to work with formula as the other ones. I'm planning on trying it out for some nail art because it is pastel but also opaque. I think it would work out really well for that. So here is Stratophere in 2 coats. Okay, Orly is not actually personally trolling Fanaticure with the name, it just feels that way. It's called Indigo Skies and it's a dark blurple. So I really like this color. It is a little bit more blue leaning than a lot of blurples. And this was another almost 1 coater for me. So coming up in a minute, I will do some comparisons. And you'll see that Indigo Skies is just a little bit darker than some of the others that Orly makes in the same color family. And here is Indigo Skies in 2 coats under a ring light. Okay, so I want to do something a little bit new for me. It's definitely not new for nail videos, but I want to do some color comparisons. I really like watching other people's videos when they do some color comparisons because it gives me a pretty good idea of the accurate color, or if I already have something in my collection that's close enough. So I'm going to go in the same order that I swatch them. So I'll start with Our Time to Shine, or Sour Time to Shine. I actually don't have anything very close. The closest I have is another Orly, and I have it in the mini version. And this one's called Oh Snap, and it's a neon. So here is Sour Time to Shine, and here is Oh Snap. So they're really not that close. Oh Snap is a bright highlighter neon yellow, and Sour Time to Shine is a yellow chartreuse. Next, I swatched out Take Flight, which I do have a couple of Orly's that are similar. So here is Take Flight, and it really makes me think that if Hit's Different and The Floor is Lava like had a baby, it would be Take Flight. Because we all know that shimmer is a recessive gene. So here is Take Flight, here is Hit's Different, and here is Floor is Lava. It's kind of in between those two without the shimmer. Next was New Horizons, which is right here. And it is actually pretty similar to Tangerine Dream, which is a neon. None of these are neons, or at least they weren't blacklight reactive. But yeah, they are pretty close in color. They're closer in the bottle than they are on the swatch wheel. Next up was Sunnyside Up. And I have some fairly similar in my collection, which is Night Owl Lacquer's Shine On. So right here is Sunnyside Up, and right here is Shine On. The main difference is that they have a different shimmer. Night Owl Lacquer has a yellow shimmer and a bright yellow base, and Sunnyside Up has the bright yellow base and an orangish shimmer. First I took out Cesium the Day from the Melting Point collection, but then when I looked at the bottles together, they just look different, and kind of the opacity seemed different too, although I haven't worn either of these on my nails yet. I've swatched out Sunnyside Up, but I haven't really worn it, and I haven't swatched out Cesium the Day yet. So I just thought in the bottle it was a bit closer to the Night Owl Lacquer Shine On. So here is Sunnyside Up, and here is Shine On. And then we have this fun green, which is Fields of Wonder. And this was, I don't know, I don't have anything quite in that shade. It seemed kind of close to Artist Garden, but Artist Garden is a bit grayed out, a bit dusty. And then the same with the Beauty Guard Mint Julep. Like it's just a bit dustier of a color. So here is Artist Garden. And here is Fields of Wonder, and here's Mint Julep. So they are pretty different. And then I have one that's actually quite close. So here's Stratosphere, and here is Fields of Lilac from China Glaze. And they look very close in the bottle. They also look quite close on the swatch wheel. Stratosphere is just a tiny bit lighter and a tiny bit bluer, in my opinion. And then here is Field of Lavender. Personally, I like the Stratosphere formula a bit better than the China Glaze formula. So if you're picking between the two, I would probably go with the Stratosphere. But that's just my personal opinion. And last, we have the one that was personally attacking Fanaticure with the name. I don't have anything quite like it. All three are actually a bit different, although Indigo Skies is the most different. I took out Synthetic Symphony, which unfortunately is no longer available, but you can still find it maybe on Amazon or some other online sites, or probably in some D-stashes. And All Eyes on Her, which All Eyes on Her and Synthetic Symphony are both much closer to each other than they are to Indigo Skies, I think. So here's All Eyes on Her, which is a tiny bit darker. Indigo Skies, and then Synthetic Symphony. And here they are on the swatch wheel. Here's Indigo Skies, Synthetic Symphony in the middle, and All Eyes on Her on the end, on the other end. So there is my comparisons, which I hope you found helpful. And thank you very much for watching the video. I will talk to you next time. Bye.